something like a petri dish. Just I think it was like from like a rat, but they applied ibogaine, DMT, and LSD to it, and and this is the control. So here we have distance from center, the blue line being the control, the yellow line being the ibogaine. And the same thing for this blue line control, DMT, LSD. This is the distance from center. So these dendritic branches are actually growing and getting longer. Same thing with the number of crossings. So the number of dendritic branches are also increasing with application of these psychoplastogens. But the cool thing about this study, these are tracings by the way, and these are the actual images. But the cool thing about this study is that they also said that the original branches are unchanged. They didn't get longer. They didn't shrink. They didn't die. They're still there. So there was no damage to the existing structures, only modifications and better, like overall beneficial modifications. Longer, more numerous dendritic branches means more connections. I think that's what it means. Okay, so this is actually super interesting. Psychedelics and evolution, stoned ape theory. So, in a lecture, Terence McKenna, he's a psychonaut and an ethnobotanist, I believe, or at least his brother is. I believe he is too. But anyway, so he quoted an evolutionary biologist named Carl Lumholtz and says the evolution of the human neocortex is the most dramatic transformation of a major organ of a higher animal in the entire fossil record. He then goes on to say it is necessary in evolutionary theory to account for the dramatic emergence of the human neocortex. In this narrow window of time, in about 2 million years, they went from being hominids to being human. According to our textbook, about 90% of human cerebral cortex is neocortex. It is involved in higher functions such as sensory perception, generation of motor commands, spatial reasoning, conscious thought, and in humans, language. So